invested in the field. That's why I'm always cheating, because I feel like I'm fulfilling all this losing thing. The freshman ain't happening as well. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. I'm freaking in, so we just ran in the spot. Are you irresponsible without your money or not? Thought he had a plan, but we gon' foil his plot. Heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hand.
I ain't getting no time. New team season.
This was a game that had been circled on my calendar all year long. Going up against two legitimate defensive superstars in a rivalry game? If that kind of challenge can't get you up for a game, what will?
Oh, okay.
I knew there was probably no right answer to this question. We were dealing with two all-pro caliber players. But I just had to find a way to needle my rival one more time.
14. Okay. 14 plus. They love making us beat the Saints. All I ever do is whoop on the Saints. I'm okay with that. First beat down in 2021. Round 4 of the rivalry. I went there.
Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans.
That's where my WrestleMania.
It's Thursday night football on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9?
You can see it?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And they can't bring him down. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
Joe Mixon, 77 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping.
Hold on, let me type this message. I guess I got unusual from taking faster.
On first down, Washington steps away to his left.
Get him.
He's going to take off with it. And
Let's go.
And the Falcons say they have it, they do.
Keeper
You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Selling me for the new year. Y'all better get your act right.
Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Now, this is the second meeting of the season between these two division rivals. And as was the case earlier in the year, there seems to be a more reserved and serious approach from both of these teams heading into this late season matchup that we saw last year.
Yeah, I think maybe the coaches have had enough of the social media antics going into this game.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Set to return it. Here's Turner. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
10-10 at their own 30-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, put the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage.
Go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
Put on that ball.
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball. What's going
that
on?
one?
Back-to-back drives. Back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
That's a bad play.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
Gonna throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. James Washington, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And it is now 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Looking to throw on second down.
God damn.
He's going to take off with it. And look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it.
That's what he gets.
Keeps it. Fumble on the play.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline.
And that is caught.
Touchdown. See that play?
25 yards for the touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah,
That
it feels
defensive
a
play
little
was
bit more like a
even nicer.
basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over.
Now, following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 20.
Now here's the Falcons defense.
What the heck?
It's getting set to go again. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake. Washington. They'll buy some time away. And the Falcons grab it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Pass for 20. 10. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon team. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game.
Sterling Hoffrichter.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential. Without
a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he'll push his way through.
Flag on who?
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Washington give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
See this coming.
On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, damn, he did see it coming.
And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one.
Well,
that's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
The best starting field position. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta.
On the carry.
Joe Mixon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down, good luck. He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw on 3rd down. Washington. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. This is taken at the 23. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Oh, he fumbled it?
Comes loose. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football, and they still find ways to knock it free.
I don't know. I think it's me. Oh no, they gave me the ball. They reversed it.
A 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, really close.
Joe Mixon. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break up the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
The tight end set to valve the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
My goodness.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal at the 3-yard line.
And then they'll take him home. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It'll be a loss of 1, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And his kick is indeed good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to. And forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Off play action. Washington. He's going to go for a big play. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And the 11.
They'll try the left side. Pryor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team.
Robert Woods, the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown.
Robert Woods, his 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense is running away with this one.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
They didn't know what I had at that lead.
And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1 play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches, so how do they get him more involved? Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
Oh, that's what I did. Did I get there? Oh, no.
Nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind.
Oh, what are they reviewing now?
But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it
I
up
caught
anymore.
it. They didn't touch the ground.
Back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Clear as day, ref. Okay. Don't say nothing silly.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for it. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw for it. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone. And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jenkins. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First down.
I got one chance at this.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Set to Valve in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that
That's
lead, and
dropping
you
those
always say
BS
it
passes
can totally
early.
change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Sterling Hoff-Richter.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it.
Better kneel.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top as we send you up. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
The kickoff for the Falcons.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Marlon Davidson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
The offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it
Oh, he caught it. I'll be right back.
Positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play in football.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, Washington toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Operating from the gun, Washington nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. The 40, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of it.
For the 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
It goes without without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Here's my quarterback.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary in that last possession, though.
This is the tight end, Njoku. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at their 49.
On second down, here's the option. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Burgess on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd
from the gun. Washington. Hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
10 at the 37-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
First down.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. I think he went backward. He did. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. CD, let me ask you this. Earlier you referenced that both of these teams look like potential Super Bowl contenders, and therefore obviously very possible that they might meet again in the postseason. That being the case, are either teams maybe holding anything back, not wanting to show too much here in the second half?
I'm glad you asked me that, because I truly don't think so. To me, this rivalry runs so deep on both a player and an organizational level. Look, it's city to city. I don't think either team's going to be...
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Atlanta. From 6 yards away. And the Falcons continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. They'll make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked up on his own 47. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun. Washington on the move to his left.
Damn it.
And I think the ball's out. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
First down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. James Washington with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, Washington. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Beating up on this dude.
As I say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Because you're exactly right. The whole game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah,
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the season. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. Down the numbers. There he goes. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And he's got it up and through. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again.
Now I'm going from 120.
For a score. And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very fumble. And you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Did you catch that?
I guess he did. Play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, no, incomplete. Okay.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Washington. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 44.
Oh, wow.
It's a first down. 35-yard line. Over the middle complete. That's McKinney. And he'll be taken down before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, Washington. A very quick pass to Ridley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
10 more yards.
Operating from the gun, Washington. Hard to believe his first. And he found it. It's on the ground.
All that for nothing.
And it's a room to maneuver. There he goes left side. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown.
The kicker on for the point.
They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right?
Do I ever?
Set to return it. Here's Turner. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because victory. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. There's some space here. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's
I was not expecting to get him this much, but
isn't it fun to see how
I'll keep going.
rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
Only 30 seconds left in the game, but I know that quarterback's taking a pounding.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. Nowhere to
Got
go
him
here.
again.
He lost the football. And the
Did it.
Falcons grab it. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Damn, 12 fumbles. That's my new
Safe to
record.
say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
Another
That one drops to the ground.
Let's see if I got something else to go.
Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. That one looks like he'll throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Dropped it.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget
No,
today.
no.
Don't forget what has happened now.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling again.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. Well,
Take on the San Francisco 49er.
In this.